in the offensive line has been the two bookends there at tackle. They do tend to leak pressure in the middle.
Here's one caught by Otten. Play action from Baker. That's Evans, wide open, and a first down inside the 40. As White finds enough room for a first down. White, well played by Bradbury, but broken tackles, and White has enough for a first down. No touchdowns in that game. This one is incomplete for the rookie Trey Palmer. Chase McLaughlin from 28. And the Buccaneers get the first points of the night.
And that he did do, and we saw it last year.
Here is a handoff to Swift. And DeAndre Swift got 9.5, brought down by KJ Britt.
Of the field, the Buccaneers, all 11 guys within 5 yards of the ball.
And a blitz. Here's their shot. Looked like the ball was tipped. And Antoine Winfield Jr. is there defending against Goddard. Tidbit there at the end. But they always worried about who's rooting for who. Here is a pass caught. And a big play for the Buccaneers by David Moore. And a flag at the end of the play as Moore was brought to the ground after a 22-yard completion. Back to the air. Deep shot. Evans dropped it. Perfect throw from Baker Mayfield. Evans. It's 3rd down and 7. Mayfield wide open. There's Moore again. His second catch. Still working through this secondary. And a touchdown, Tampa Bay. No flags.
To where they were on their first possession when they threw it as well.
This is incomplete for Goddard. 2nd down and 6. Out of the backfield. Pass is caught by Edmonds. First down, Tampa Bay.
But that's when it all kind of changed, and I thought it was an overreaction after a couple of losses, and it has not improved at all.
Here's Palmer on the end around, and again able to get so much with tacklers in his way. Picks up 9.
The Fletcher Coxes, Jordan Davises, and Jalen Carters, they got to be a factor.
Here's a pass over the middle, caught. Otten again. Another big play for the Buccaneers. Would be a 54-yard field goal try from this spot. Mayfield is almost intercepted. Who absolutely drills it.
I think that what we had been told coming in, they were going to run it behind that line, and they haven't.
Here's a completion to Smith. Brought down at the 45 of Tampa Bay. And for the first time, the Eagles are in Buccaneer territory. Boy, did they need that. 31 yards to Devontae Smith. On first down, another completion. Again, it's Smith breaking tackles. What a good run after the catch. Another first down for Philadelphia. They're coming. Incomplete. Smith the target and Jamel Dean in coverage. It's 4th down.
And even on that play, nobody running away from a defender in man.
47-yard try, and Mr. Reliable for the Eagles now 16 for 16.
On the vertical route.
It's 3rd down and 6. Baker has to pull it down. Mayfield on the run. Long way to go, and he gets it. Nobody could catch up, and Mayfield says first down.
Signed with Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles and Jason Light both told him the same, and that's all he needed to hear.
Here's Tompkins. Still spinning, and more missed tackles for Philadelphia. 2nd down and 10. Here's Godwin. He gets involved. He is able to carry a tackler. White plows ahead, and Philadelphia's defense stands up. White did not get the first down. Here's a pitch to White. He's got it. First down, Buccaneers. Buccaneers are inside field goal range for McLaughlin. This one is tipped. Play was made by Cunningham in his 5th season in the NFL. Snap a bit high. Kick is perfect. 15 or more yards downfield. Remember playing with that dislocated middle finger. Here's a double move, and there's Julio Jones with a big play for Philly. He gets a first down. Fake it to Swift. Good protection this time. Aired out. Smith got him. Devontae to the 5. 3 catches, 98 yards for Devontae Smith. Hurts keeps wide open. A walk-in touchdown for Goddard. And some life for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Great job by Devontae Smith. Outstanding throw by Hurts. And they finish it off with a touchdown to Goddard.
Well, that's going to be a flag as the Buccaneers came across Zion McCollum.
Yeah, they may go for 2 now.
And we know what they do when they're 1 yard away.
Offside defense, number 27.
Yeah.
Philadelphia has elected to go for 2 from the 1 yard line.
Hurts has got the bad finger. Don't forget about that. Pushed from behind. And he didn't get it.
Field goals, but after that touchdown, they need to make a stop here before the half.
Protection. Otten spinning grab to the 45. See what Scrappy brings us as Mayfield is protected, and now time runs out. The Eagles get a sack. Julio Jones is off, being evaluated for a concussion. This is to Gainwell. And Kenneth Gainwell gets 9.5, brought down by Devin White. Good start to the possession. They've moved 10 yards in almost a minute. It's 2nd down and 10. There's Devontae Smith and a first down. Watkins, long way to go, and he won't get there. Brought down by Levante David. Clock continues to run. Neither team showing any desire to stop it. Pressure off the edge from Diaby. Hurts is sacked. Brought down by Cansey.
When they brought the pressures with the ball having to come out quickly, the Eagles just haven't been able to make Tampa pay.
It comes out quick here for Otten. And down goes Mayfield. And he got hit hard. Blitz off the edge. Gainwell out there trying to make a move, and Jamel Dean stood his ground. Rashad White cuts back and has a first down plus. Delivers the hit.
And has shown great leadership on both sides of the ball.
He's in trouble here and sacked. There's Williams again. They hand to Gainwell, and there's not much there, so he'll try the other side. Levante David brings him down inside the 5. So now 3rd and 6. Hurts. David at his feet in the end zone. The ball came out, but they are going to see if he was down. Anthony Nelson was on his back. Is this a safety?
Intentional grounding. Awesome. Number 1. The foul occurred in the end zone. It results in a decision.
But they've got to start having some answers on the offensive side of the ball.
2nd and 4. Here's another broken tackle. This is the rookie Trey Palmer, and he is gone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bradbury missed the tackle, and Trey Palmer did the rest. Still a 2-possession game. As Swift carries up the middle, and that's his best of the night. Able to cross the 40. Got a good block from Mailata.
And they've gotten after Hurts in the pass rush.
Here's one downfield for Smith. And a first down inside the 40. And some life for the Eagles at the end of the third quarter as Devontae Smith gets 20.
I agree. And the job that he has done this year, nobody wants to admit to it, but this was not a team expected to do anything.
This is a catch. And a good one at that by Devontae Smith. Pressure on Hurts to the end zone. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs by Philadelphia with Davis in coverage on Smith. 16-point game. Mayfield over the middle. That pass is caught by Payne Durham.
Was unable to get, if they lose this, unable to get to 12 wins.
Here's a completion, fit in there to Otten for a first down.
But this is his 14th year, and what a career he has had. This might be his swan song.
First and 20. Here's a beautiful throw and catch. The back shoulder for Evans to start a career, an NFL record. Had 1,255. First down carry, and an easy one at that for Rachaad White.
Years was just short of winning the Super Bowl a year ago, could potentially lose his job, but Jeff Lurie has shown that he's not a...
Well inside field goal range, lofted up, Godwin, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Godwin.
And it's why they're moving on.
Hurts underneath, finds Swift. He stays up and gets a first down. I didn't name anybody, but when I came into the NFL, I was told to tamp that down. Here's a sack by this defense. And he said when he got to L.A. for 5 games, Sean McVay said,
that's been quite a marriage with him and this offense.
Extra men on the rush on 4th down, and the Eagles will turn it over on downs. And you wonder if that's it for the 36-year-old Jason Kelce. That's not it for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a night tonight for Tampa Bay, and a 32-9 win